Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video, actually I have to say one thing, that is I am providing handwritten notes for the video which I am going to teach the concept in the video. For that I am providing handwritten notes, and I have provided that notes under the video in the description. I have provided a link. From that link you can download your PDF notes. Okay. Now in this video you can see about what is meant by a distance, a displacement, a speed, and velocity. So these are the basic important terms which we should know to go to the kinematics depth. Now, and I requested to everyone, please, who have started their GMains and advanced preparation, if you follow my videos regularly, then it will be somewhat useful to you. So, still, is there anyone who not subscribe my channel? Please subscribe my channel and share to your friends, like and comment your opinions about my videos. And in this video, one more important thing I have to say. Whatever the concept we have discussed in this video, for this concept I am providing handwritten notes, and as well as I am giving some problems and questions and answers I have provided in the description. So there you can see and download the handwritten notes, and as well as question answers. From that you can try the solutions for the questions I given in the description, and what are the answers you will get, is it right or wrong. So please comment your answers as a comments. And let's come to the topic. So first of all, what is meant by a distance? What is meant by a distance, and what is meant by a displacement, and what the difference between the distance and displacement? So for that, for understanding further, I have taken a small example. That is, I am taking this is city B, and one more city will be there. That I am taking city A. These are the two cities which are separated from some distance, and for moving from city A to city B, I have provided two paths here. One is this path, and one more path will be there, and that is the straight line path. So this is path 1 I am taking, and this is path 2. Now the length of the path 1 is 300 kilometers, and length of the path 2 is 200 kilometers. Now, so if I want to move from city A to city B, in these two paths, I want to follow any one of the paths. For example, if I follow the path 1, then I have to cover 300 kilometers to reach from city A to city B, if I follow the first path. If I follow the second path, in this I have to cover 200 kilometers to reach from city A to city B. So either in which path you are following, that path length, if you follow the first path, the path length is 300 kilometers here, and if you follow the second path, the path length is 200 kilometers. That path length followed by an object is called a distance. How can you find this? The length of a path, followed by an object. Followed by an object. Length of the path followed by an object. So, in which path you are following, that path length we should consider as a distance. And if you try to know about the displacement, displacement means irrespective of the path followed by an object. In which path you can follow, either first path or second path, irrespective of that, independent of that. So the shortest path between the 2 points, here I am considering this city is one of the point and city B is another point. In between these 2 points, what are the available paths are there? In those available paths, what is the shortest path? shortest path, nothing but which is having a small length among all the paths available in between those two points. So here in this example, if you consider in between path 1 and path 2, would you know that path 2 is the shortest path between city and city B. Then that path length we can call as a displacement. Here displacement is nothing but the shortest path. Shortest path between any two points. Any two points. Now, so here the difference between the distance and displacement is whenever you consider the distance, that will be depending upon the length of the path followed by an object. So there we should consider in which path the object is moving or in which path the object is following. That path length you should consider. Suppose if a object or a person is following the path 1 or first path, there the distance is 300 kilometers. If the object or a person is moving in the path 2, there the distance is 200 kilometers. Suppose if you want to know the displacement between the city A and city B, irrespective of the path followed by an object, either you can follow the first path or second path, irrespective of that, the shortest path between the two cities is, that is path 2, that displacement is 200 kilometers here. Now let us see a difference between distance and displacement. So in that first, what is the definition for distance? That is length of the path followed by an object. Length of the path followed by an object. And whereas coming to the displacement, shortest path. Shortest path between any two points. Now, so from this example, just try to identify that whenever a person or an object following this path 1, so at each and every point, what will happen to their distance? So they have to change their distance at each and every point. Why? Because the path 1 is in the form of a curved path. So in the curved path, when an object is moving or following the path, it changes its position continuously based upon the path. So here, this curved path is having this is a curved path present between city and city B. If you follow the first path of this curved path, you have to change its direction at each and every point. And now, if you follow the second path, that is a straight line between city and city B, where you have to move the 200 kilometers in a particular direction, that is due north. So if you take that in distance, direction is not specified. Direction is not specified. And whereas coming to the displacement, direction is specified. Direction is specified. So automatically distance is having only magnitude. It does not have any specified direction. But whereas coming to the displacement, there magnitude will be there and a specified direction will be there. So the distance is having only magnitude. Only magnitude. So it is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity, and whereas coming to the displacement, it is having both magnitude as well as specified direction. Specified direction. So So it is this displacement physical quantity is having both magnitude and as well as direction. So then we can say it is a vector quantity. So it is a vector quantity. So no need to worry about that. Already I have provided this total handwritten notes in the description of this video. So anyone wants to get this information or handwritten notes, you can go to the description and I have provided a link. If you click on that link, it will show you like a download. You can download from that. Okay. Now coming to the units. So distance and displacement both are having the same units, and whereas SI unit is meters and CGS unit is centimeters. The same way, displacement is also having SI unit is meter and CGS unit is centimeter. Now, what are the dimensional formula? So dimensional formula for distance is L with enclosed brackets, and as well as for displacement is also L with the enclosed brackets. So just remember that a small difference between distance and displacement is only the specified direction. Whereas considering the displacement, it is having a one specified direction. And whereas coming to the distance, it does not have any specified direction, but both are having a magnitude, and as well as the distance and displacement are having a same units and as well as same dimensional formula. Now, coming to what is meant by speed and velocity, like how the distance and displacement are having a little difference, the same way speed and velocity is also having a little difference. So speed and velocity in general in our daily life we observe in many cases the speed. And what is meant by speed and what is meant by velocity, and what is the difference between these two? So let us say a speed is nothing but if your body is moving, as the time is increases, automatically the distance covered by the particular object is also increases. Why? Because distance covered by an object is directly proportional to the time taken. So if it will cover some 100 meters distance in 10 seconds, after 10 seconds automatically it will cover some other distances. So in this way, if you want to find out how much speed of a particular object when it is in motion, that you can calculate that total distance traveled by an object by total time. So here speed is nothing but, suppose if I say 100 meters is covered by a car in 10 seconds. Now my question is, how much distance it will cover in 1 second? Nothing but distance covered by an object in unit of time. That we can call as a speed. What we can call it is distance covered by an object in unit of time. Either the unit of time is how much distance covered by an object in 1 second or 1 minute or 1 hour. That is depending upon the applications. So, and whereas coming to velocity, the same thing. Here speed is nothing but distance covered by an object in unit of time. And here displacement covered by an object in unit time. Now, so the same way, speed is having only magnitude, it does not have any specified direction. So speed have only magnitude. Only magnitude. So it is a scalar quantity. And whereas coming to the velocity, the same, as well as the displacement here, displacement by time. So velocity, it is having both magnitude and direction. magnitude and the direction. So it is a vector quantity. So it is a vector quantity. Now coming to what is the symbol we can represent for speed and velocity? Okay, that is symbol is we can represent it with V. And in our convenient, in our day-to-day life, sometimes we can represent with yes also, no problem matter. But as for the technical language or technical words which we are using in the physics, that is V. And here that is V bar or V with an arrow mark. So this arrow mark is indicated that a specified direction. So due to the magnitude and specified direction, we can call velocity is a vector quantity. Now coming to the formula, whereas speed is equals to distance traveled in unit time, and coming to the velocity, displacement traveled in unit time, and this is the S with an arrow mark is the symbol for displacement. So whereas coming to the units, so SI unit is distance is nothing but meter by time is nothing but seconds. Coming to CTS, that is distance is centimeter by time is second. And here also units for that is velocity is nothing but displacement. For SI units, displacement is meter per second, and as well as the CGS unit is also centimeters per second. Now, so in this case, again you observe that both the units of speed and as well as velocity are same, and both speed and velocity are also having a dimensional formula also same. So dimensional formula what will you get? So distance by time is length by time. So that what L power 1 T power minus 1. The same way here velocity also you get L power 1 T power minus 1. This is the dimensional formula for both the speed and the velocity. Now, how the problems will come? The concept of distance and displacement. So what are the possibility to ask the questions in the concept of distance and displacement? So that is one of the important part or important concepts that is possible to give the questions. So that is when a particular object is moving in a circular path, what happens to its distance and the displacement? Now, here some other points you should know about distance and displacement. Always displacement is less than or equal to distance. That you should remember. Distance is always greater than or equal to displacement. I think that distance is always greater as compared to the displacement. So the basic definition it expresses that displacement shortest path. Shortest is nothing but among all the paths that is the shortest path. Okay. So displacement is always lesser than the distance or maybe equal. In which case it is equal. Nothing but when there is only single path is existed between any 2 points, then the distance and displacement both are same. Now, so displacement is nothing but, shall I write as distance with a specified direction? Distance with a direction. Distance with a direction. Suppose 200 kilometers due north. So here 200 kilometers is the magnitude and north is a specified direction. So this we can consider as a displacement. Now the other point, ratio of displacement and distance. Displacement and distance. So that what we will get displacement by distance. Displacement by distance. This is one of the important point you should remember. So there is a diagonal question will be asked on this. So displacement by distance means what we know already. Displacement is always lesser than distance. That's what in the numerator the smaller value will be there. The denominator a bigger value will be there, then the ratio of that we will get as always less than 1. And in some cases, when these distance and displacement both are equal, there numerator and denominator having the same values, then you will get the ratio is 1. So always this is ratio of distance and displacement, always you will get less than or equals to 1. Okay, so these are the some other points you should remember about the distance and the displacement. Now, the basic thing or a basic concept where the questions will comes. Suppose if a particle is moving in a circular path, a particle is moving in a circular path, what will happen to its distance and displacement? This is very, very important. So please try to concentrate on this. This is the center of a circle, and this is the one of the point along the circular path, and this is calling as radius of a circle. Now, so here totally we have discussed about 3 cases, and the first case 1, I am saying that when a particle started from point A and it is traveling along the circumference of a circular path, and again it reaches to point A, then we can say that one complete revolution. So after one complete revolution, how much distance it is traveled and how much displacement it traveled. Further finding that for one complete revolution, otherwise one revolution. So here, distance, what will happen? So the basic definition, it says that the length of the path followed by a circular, followed by an object. Here the object is following a circular path, so this I can call as a circumference of a circle. So circumference of a circle, what is the general formula? Circumference is nothing but 2 pi r. So the circumference is the distance when the particle is completed one revolution. So that is nothing but distance is 2 pi r. That is circumference of circular path, which is having the radius is r. Now, what happened to displacement in this particular case? So initial point is A, and finally again it reaches to the same point. Initial and final, both are the same points which are coincided. That's what the displacement or the shortest path between those 2 points which are coincided is not will be there. That's what displacement is 0 in this case. So displacement is 0. Okay. Now this is the first case. Now the second case, I am saying that when the particle is started from point A and which is comes to rest at the opposite to the point A, nothing but which is comes to rest at point B, I am taking. Now nothing but it is covering only half of the revolution. So then in this case, what will happen to its distance and as well as displacement? That is case 2 I am taking here. For half revolution or 1/2 revolution. So in this case, the distance. So for complete revolution, I am saying that circumference of a circle is the distance. For a half revolution, again circumference, if you divide with 2, nothing but half of the circumference of a circle, that is 2 pi r by 2. 2 gets cancelled, you will get as a pi r. And whereas coming to displacement, in this case, what will be the displacement? So the initial point of object or a particle is A, and it travels along circular path, and again it comes to rest at point B. Now, from this point to this center of circle, I am taking a radius as r, and from this point to point B, I am taking as again this is also a radius r. So now from point A to point B, the shortest path between them is a straight line. Here radius plus radius, I am taking as r plus r. So that is equals to r. R we can call it is a diameter of a circle. So in the second case, distance is pi r and displacement is its diameter or 2 times of its radius. And next for third case. So suppose here the particle is started at the point B and it traveling and it is stopped or it comes to rest at point D. Now this is again the radius R. Now in this case, what will be the distance and displacement? For case 3, that is for 1/4th revolution. 1/4th revolution. In this distance, that is nothing but all I am saying 1/4th revolution. For complete revolution, the circumference is 2 pi r. So if it covers half of the circumference, nothing but you have divided with the circumference by 2. Now here I am saying 1/4th. The total circumference you can divide it by 4. So 2 ones and 2 twos. You will get as pi r by 2. And whereas coming to the displacement, so displacement is nothing but initial point is A and final point is D here. So if you draw a straight line between A and D, that will be the displacement between the points A and D. Now, what is the length of that path? What is the shortest length of that path? We have to find out. So for that, we can take out as a triangle and take as a this is A and this is C and this is D. So as on Pythagoras theorem, what we know, this longer side of a triangle is equals to the square of this longer side is equals to the square of this base plus square of this height. So there you can get that AD square is equals to AC square plus CD square. There I have to find out AD square, that is AC square. AC square nothing but R square plus CD square nothing but R square. So AD square is equals to R square plus R square. I'm writing as a 2R square. I want to find out only the length of AD. So I have to cancel this square. I'm applying root on both sides. So the square root gets cancelled. Then AD is equals to. So you can write 2 into root R square. This square root gets cancelled. So we'll get as AD is equals to root 2R. So this is the displacement. So root 2 times of its radius. So these are the 3 cases which we have discussed when a particle is moving in a circular path. So based upon these 3, there is more chances to get the problems in the concept of distance and displacement. So this is regarding about the kinematics part 2, and in the next part we will discuss about the kinematics equations. What is meant by kinematics? First equation, second and third equation. Okay. So I request to everyone still who are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and follow my channel, and you will get some scope on the subject. And everyone should download the handwritten notes from the description. I have provided the links, and there I have provided some questions also. You should try after completion of this video, after watching this video, you can download, and at the last paper I have provided some questions, either 5 or 6 questions I have provided. For those questions, you try to solve the answers and check your answers with the answers provided by me. Whether are you getting the same answers or not, check and cross verify. So if any mistakes in the handwritten notes or any in the question and answers, please notify me and keep your opinion as a comment. So thank you, and share these to your friends and who are needed about in this pandemic situation. Thank you.